Hello and welcome. This is Becca from Willow Hill Designs, and today I'm sharing my progress on the K3n Cloth Tales weekly stitch along for the year hosted by Catherine. And I thought I would share my progress so far. I'm enjoying this so much. This is I'm going back to week 12 quickly. This is the little eco bundle that we made, and half of the eco bundle, or the little kind of booklet, went out into nature in the ground. Mine went in the ground behind the gazebo, and we just got snow today, so I'm wondering if it will do something more. We've had an ice and snowstorm the weekend before Easter, and then during the night, April 4th, I can't believe we're having snow. January, February, March, early March, nothing. April, we're having snow on my star magnolia buds, so I'm not too thrilled about that, and I love snow. But I hope that the snow is doing something interesting to our little eco bundle. But this is the one that was about freedom. And I just wrote on here, Eco Bundle, Butterflies Are Free. And that was a movie with Goldie Hawn, and it was about setting something that you love free. And if you set something that you love free, if it's yours, and if it loves you or belongs to you, it will come back to you. So I liked that. I like that saying. And then the other portion of the saying, if not, then it was never yours or never meant to be. That's what is on the little bundle that's in the ground. But on the cover of my little page here, or booklet, signature page, I just couched some yarn, and it's kind of a nubby yarn, dimensional. I love it. And I just couched this on to look like a little branch, to sort of give the impression or symbolize a branch, because the other portion of the book is out in nature. And I saved a spot for that little other little book that's buried, so hopefully it'll be fine to go here. Can't wait to see what it looks like. And I used some of Lori Holt's cute little buttons, as she calls them, in these colors, which are gray and kind of a taupe color, which made me think of March and kind of that gray look out there before everything springs to life again. So that is week number 12, and I just did a running, oh no, this one is stitched back here, and this one is stitched under the friendship star. So that's stitched on there, and then the friendship star is what you see on this side. The friendship star block, I love friendship stars. I just think they're so pretty in quilts. These half square triangles that I used in this little block, or this page for this week, come from this quilt. I'm working on this right now, and this is a tilde fabric with all little animals. It's called Hibernation, and there are little squirrels and birds and a little mouse that's all curled up. They're all hibernating. This star is different because of the whole quilt. This block will go in the center, but it's little birds and squirrels that are hibernating, and mice. So these half square triangles came from these star points, and those are the bonus half square triangles that you get if you sew the second line and cut the second half square triangle away, rather than just lose it, or waste it, throw it out. And I have lots of these. I've saved these. The little orange and gold ones are from the stripes in this block, the stripes that form around the star. And that started out as a half square triangle, the gold fabric, and then I placed this blue kind of a teal with a beige background or cocoa background on top of that. So that gave me another half square triangle that I saved. So I have two colors of these little half square triangles, and I must have 100 in here at least. I'm going to make another little quilt out of these. I'll frame these. So that's where the half square triangles came from for this friendship star. And what I did on here was I just outlined it with a running stitch, the star, and I also outlined the block with a running stitch. And then I did some little crosses in the center square. And then up here I stitched it on with a running stitch, and then came back with a stitch that kind of goes diagonally almost, so it's kind of like a little slanted star. And this I decided to include. This is a pin from my friend Jill, and it just matched so nicely. She just had given me this at Christmas time, and I thought it matched the star so nicely. And so on that, I just wrote Friendship Star. Friendship is a slow ripening fruit. I had read that somewhere, and I just think it's so true. I think friendship develops over years and ripens like fruit does, and it becomes sweeter with time. So that was my notation for Friendship Star. And then lastly, we had the moon prompt. And so for this one, I decided to use some fabrics that my friend Barbie had given me from Nellie and Ruth Designs on YouTube. She's generally a paper artist, does some beautiful things. And so this was some of the fabric that she gave me. I'm not sure what this is. It's a little bit stiff, but it made me think of the night sky. It's so interesting, and it has little marks in it. It looks like stars to me. It's kind of a loosely woven fabric. So I thought that was perfect for a night sky, for the moon to show up. And this was some woven fabric also that she gave me, and I liked these colors in here. It made me think of a night sky. When you see those colors streaking across, we get some beautiful sunsets here with gorgeous colors in the sky. And I didn't put a wolf in my picture just because I don't care for wolves at all. I don't mean to offend anyone who does like them. I can admire them from a distance, but we had gone to a wildlife sanctuary for wolves where they take in wolves that are injured in the wild or sick or old and they can't manage, and they bring them in and they either rehabilitate them if it's possible, or help them back to health if they were injured or if they're sick. And if they can be released again into the wild, they're released, and if not, they can spend their days there being cared for. And it's a huge enclosure for these wolves. There were several in there, and it's quite a high enclosure, thank goodness. And but as we were looking, there was one white wolf that was standing on a huge rock, and you could tell he was the alpha male. They later told us he was the alpha male, and we had our grandson with us who was 2 at the time, and he just zeroed in on Nicholas. His gaze was just intently fixated on Nicholas, and no matter where we moved, wherever we moved him to the side and brought him around to another side, and that wolf just followed Nicholas. His gaze was on him, so I knew that his prey instinct was telling him that, this is a little one, this is a young one, and they generally do go for the young or sickly animals. And so that he was huge. I was amazed at the size of him, and kind of had a hump almost just behind his neck. Very striking, beautiful wolf. I was very glad for the enclosure though. And so I didn't put a wolf on there. And again, as I said, I can admire them from afar, but they definitely make me a little bit nervous, especially if you go north in the mountains here. They've been reintroduced here, and it's a little bit concerning. But anyway, because the prompt was given right after Easter, was the Monday following Easter, I decided that I would do a cross on my page, just because our faith is so important to us. And I thought that would be a nice representation, and it will make me think also of Easter when I look at this, and Easter Day that we spent together. Um, all the children came back here after church, and the grandchildren, and we had a nice dinner and an Easter egg hunt, and we opened Easter baskets, and just a nice day spent together. And I mean, what greater gifts are there really when you think about it? What better treasures than family? Um, you really have to count your blessings. So I thought I would put the cross on here. And most of this is all raw edge. These strips of fabric are raw edge, and the black, and this is a batik down here that I've torn part of it, and just raw edge on there. The moon and the cross are finished edge. I wanted to do those with a finished edge. And the moon is just done where I iron a piece of interfacing, a circle to the back side of this fabric. This is a grunge fabric, which has a mottled look. You may not be able to see it here, but, and then I just turn all the edges back and press it, and then do an invisible applique stitch on there. Same thing with the cross. This was just no interfacing, but just turned with a 1/4 inch seam allowance underneath, approximately a little less than a 1/4 inch. And that's just appliqued down as well. And I just love this scene, and when I look at it, it makes me think of Easter Day, and happy thoughts, and nice thoughts, and thoughts of what the gift that was given to us. And so I put the date on here in my initials, and I just wrote on here moon to remember that that was the prompt. And I wrote the sun's reflection, sun, S-O-N apostrophe S, reflection of a priceless gift illuminated by the moon. And as we know, the moon doesn't have its own light source. It's a reflection of the sun's light. And this cross representation to me reflects the sun's light and love, S-O-N, light and love, and the priceless gift that he gave to us for life eternal. And that is what my faith means to me. Of course, everyone's beliefs and faiths are different, and that's fine, but I'm just explaining what this page means to me. And so, and the date, of course, in April, I will, generally the Easter is in April. So it was kind of nice. I associate April with Easter, even though Easter was in March this year. So, and here's a little close-up of this page. And a close-up of this page. And the little eco bundle, the portion that is in the ground, we had an ice and snowstorm the week prior to Easter, and we had snow during the night last night, April 4th. Can't believe it. We had hardly any snow this winter. January, February, early March, not too much of anything. And now the last couple of weeks we've had snow. So what a crazy winter. And my star magnolia buds are out. So I hope they will survive the snow. But so that is where I am right now, up to week 14, and I'm really enjoying this, looking forward to the next one. And I haven't made a cover for this book yet, this little stitch book that we're doing, but I have this piece of old quilt. A lot of it is worn and kind of torn. These fabrics, to me, I am pretty sure that they are 1930s fabrics, and you can see some of the batting is coming out and some of the little portions here. But I thought this would make a nice cover for this stitch book. I was thinking of using this portion of the quilt for the cover. And then there are some little pieces that are ripped here. I don't know if I'll repair that or if I'll just put a little doily or something over that. I think that would be nice to include with this. Some little person did this all by hand. You can tell it's hand quilted and hand pieced. So it's nice to kind of honor these people of the past. I wish we knew who did this, her work. And I have some little pieces of vintage linens that I thought I may use on there for the cover. Not sure. I have some daisies here that might be pretty on there in some way. This little piece I thought was very pretty. Some pieces of that quilt. This is a heart on here, but I think it's too big and it would cover the cover. But I was thinking maybe one of these little pieces might look pretty on here to be included in a corner or somewhere. So I'm thinking that that will be the cover for this little book for the Stitch Along with k3n. So I'm kind of excited to get going on that and see what I can come up with. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I'm wishing you many blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.